everyone, my name is Alexei. Yeah, I know, it's still me, still same Alexei. And if you're watching this video, you're probably watching this mini video series, the Gospel according to Andrew. In the last video, we learned about how Jesus met Andrew and John. Oops, spoilers, because John was the other disciple of John the Baptist. But if you didn't watch those videos, or at least second one, then stop this one. I suggest you to stop this one, go back, find the previous videos, and come back. Alright? But if you already watched the previous videos, in this video we will learn a few new things about Andrew, and we will learn about the word protaklitos. Why don't we start with this word? The word protaklitos is a Greek word for the first called. Of course, you probably know I'm referring to Andrew, but Andrew have not been called this way, nor he was given this nickname during his lifetime. Just some time later, the Church of Byzantine called him this way, based on the account in John chapter 1. So, when did Jesus call Andrew? That's an interesting question. And to answer this question, let me take us to the very, in my opinion, beginning, which I think is in John 1. Again, surprise. So, if you have your Bibles, I would like to invite you to open with me John chapter 1, verses 37 through 39. The two disciples heard him speak, and they followed Jesus. Then Jesus turned and seeing them following, said to them, "What do you seek?" Then they said to him, "Rabbi," which is to say, when translated, "Teacher, where are you staying?" He said to them, "Come and see." They came and saw where he was staying and remained with him that day. Now it was about the 9th hour. If you allow me to put this into more easier words, then I would say it was like Jesus saw them following him. He was like, "Guys, what do you want?" They're like, um, we heard you speak. Yeah, but we got some questions for you. Can you answer them, please? Sure, follow me. And then 3 of them spent a day just conversing. I don't know whether it was a real conversation, like, hey, Jesus spoke and they said something, or it was a monologue type thing from Jesus. But what I do know for sure was that they had private, intimate time with Jesus, during which they got to know everything that they had to know. And then they went and told this to their brothers. Well, at least we do know that Andrew told his brother, "Hey, Peter, we found him. We found the Messiah." That's what he did say. As I mentioned previously, the word protaklitos means the first called. But at my will, I would say one of the first called, because John also was there. Alright, so the word protaklitos means the first called. That period. And we do understand the part of the first. Yeah, it's a self-explanatory thing. But the called part, called to what? To what called? We here's well, here's the thing, right? In all three synoptic gospels, Matthew, Mark, and Luke, we read words like this: "Follow me, and I will make you the fishers of men." Thanks a lot, Alexi. That helps us a lot. Just throw into some smart words like disciple and apostle. We will for sure understand what you mean, what you're talking about, and what Andrew was called to do. Hold on, hold on. I will explain everything, right? Let's start with the word disciple. What does it mean to be a disciple? And what does it mean to be an apostle? Here is what I personally figured out. A disciple is someone who is under somebody's teaching, basically student, a learner, and an apostle is someone who has been sent out. Here is what we will read. Let me open an interesting chapter in Matthew. We will read chapter 10, Matthew chapter 10, from verse 1 to verse 4. And when he had called his 12 disciples to him, he gave them power over unclean spirits to cast them out and to heal all kinds of sickness and all kinds of disease. And later he says the names of the 12 apostles are these, and then he gives the list of the apostles. I'm reading from the Verse B Bible Study, and here is what the commentary this Bible gives us on this verse. A disciple is a learner, one who follows a teacher and learns his or her wisdom. Jesus had many disciples, some of whom were merely hangers-on, and some who were truly converted. We read this in John chapter 6, verse 66. From this large group of followers, Jesus selected a smaller group of 12 men, and these he called apostles. This word comes from the Greek word apostello, which means to send forth with a commission. To send with a commission. Interesting. Commission, or the Great Commission, we read about it in Matthew chapter 28. Go therefore and make disciples, baptizing them and teaching them everything that you learn from me. So he's sending them out. And in a very, very, very loose sense, this is what word apostle means. Why? Right? Why? Why did Jesus invite his first disciples in such an interesting way? Follow me, and I will make you fishers of men. Probably because these four people were familiar with the concept of fishing. And this is very interesting, thought-provoking parable, which might be Jesus' actually first parable. Let's say, when you go fishing, you are going somewhere to fish somewhere with something. You have to use something to fish. And so the question then is, where Andrew will fish, or where did he fish? This world. This is my answer to this. And what he will use for fishing? A net. If you want to make a note of this, sure. This world and a net. I like the words of Matthew chapter 13, verse 47, where it speaks again. The kingdom of heaven is like a net that was thrown into the sea and gathered fish of every kind. Also, for this purpose, I would like to open Isaiah chapter 57, verse 20, in which we read these words. Yes, this is Isaiah chapter 57, verse 20. But the wicked are like the troubled sea, when it cannot rest, whose waters cast up mire and dirt. Okay. Let's pretend like I'm a really good mathematician and I can make a really simple calculation. The lake or the sea, some translations use word lake, from Matthew chapter 13 plus Isaiah 57 verse 20 equals this world. So far we learned where Andrew will fish and what he will use. But to catch what? We still don't know it. Alright. For this purpose, I would like also again refer to Isaiah 57 verse 20, which again, if you forgot, means says, but the wicked are like the troubled sea. Wicked. He, Andrew, will go fish after people, their souls. Andrew lived in a broken world, full of sinful people. Sounds familiar, right? We also live in a broken world. But he is going out into the lake, this world. He will catch people, all sorts of people, using the net, as we learned in Matthew 13. Net, the kingdom of heaven is like a net that is thrown. And at some point, he will have to clean this net. Make sure he is catching good fish and throws away bad fish and even the things that are not fish at all. So he will have to throw it away. Of course, the follow me includes the fact that Andrew will have to learn about this type of fishing. He will have to surely learn about this net that he's going to use, and he will learn everything that he needs to. I hope you were able to learn a little bit about this parable and what it means. I hope I was able at least to give you some ideas. And God bless you, and I will see you in part 4. Bye.